the most cliched word, cliched thing. It's basically hello world. I usually make duplicates, and so this makes it much more easier to compare different fonts. So one more serif I like is Merriweather is a good one. So basically, it it's mainly based on what style of design you are doing. So usually modern designs use sans serifs, so which is Poppins, which we used, or other sans serifs are Monstrata is one of it, which I use a lot, or Helvetica is mostly used. So Helvetica is basically the iPhone font. I don't have the Helvetica font right now. So these are basically fonts, and as we talked before, so each of them have different typefaces. So which will be light, italic, bold, and many of them have in between, so which is semi bold and black. Yes. So anything more to add here in fonts?
No, I think this much is good.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. So now let's move on to making a poster recreation, which you have recently posted on your social media platform.
Yes. Yes. So let's do the recreation. I'll just.
Also, do you want to break?
No, no, it's fine. Fine with me. So I'll just open. This is basically the poster. Which I made for Instagram. It's almost a fan art, you could say. So what we will do here is we'll recreate this. So I'll just go over the process. So what I do first is basically have an idea board here. So now that I know what design or the topic of my design, I'll just have as many of images as I can get, and then just compare which fits for my design. So here the one I chose was this one. I tried multiple different things. So she is Phoebe Bridge. So she is the creator of Fleabag and Crashing. So I wanted to make one which included both of it. So I do is make an idea board and then move into my design. So which one was it? So what I do is, so now I have to start with this image right here. So as you can see here, I've sort of given an effect that she's basically different, or she pops out of the original image. So how I achieved that was basically an process called clipping mask. So what I do is I use the curvature tool, which we talked before, and I start masking around the object. So if we give it a lot of time, we can have a perfect mask. What clipping mask is basically making a shape and fitting your image through that shape. So if I make my shape which is closer to the shape of my desired object, so what I get is just the isolated object. So hairs are one of the most trickiest things to mask here. So now that I uh, have it around, so what I do is I select both. So one is my masking layer and second is my object. So I go to object, clipping mask, make, so which is also control cell. So now I've isolated it. But as you can see, I still have the image. So I can just do Control Z and duplicate this and make the mask again. And I'll just bring it back. So this can't just align. So we have to manually align it because it's a bit offset. So now, so I align it. And what I've done is basically our hand pops out. So what I do is I crop it out. As talked before, so images are, so basic thing is we can do is crop. Can decide where it crops. Now I can see her hand coming out. Another effect that I have given here to make it pop out more is that I give this more shadow. So we have a shadow in the image, but to make it more rather effective, I'll add effects. So Illustrator has multiple effects. I mostly use this drop shadow, feather, glow. So currently we'll be using the drop shadow. Another more useful things are blur. So Gaussian blur is most used when we want to blur out anything from the image or an object. So I'll just give drop shadow. So now I get offsets here. So this is basically X and Y direction. I can click preview. So I'll know how it looks. So the color, I can also choose the color which I want. So I can choose red if I want. Is it visible? Yeah, okay. It's not that visible. So let's.
Yeah, it's actually visible at the down. You have to change the angle.
Okay. So increase it a lot, I guess here. So now it's visible. So red is not a perfect color to choose. So mostly go with black and apply. So now I get a much more. Another thing you can do is if you're not if your image is not clipped that well, as you can see here, we have some gaps here. What you can do is just add an effect, which is the feather. So what does it just feathers out the edges or simply blurs them out. So this is a much better way to remove them. So that was a larger one, so it's quite difficult to get rid of it. So now I have the main part, which is completed for my poster. So I forgot to have the artboard behind. Yeah. So this is one of the interesting things again. So what I wanted to do here was basically give an effect that it's a poster stuck to the wall. So again, what I did was clipping mask. So here I have the image of paint ripped out from the wall. So, and this is crashing. I don't have, so let's just take it. I don't remember. This is, I guess, Rubik. Okay, I'll just add it here.
your filter is on.
Oh, yeah. Thank you. So, and the edge has a, so this is also within the control panel, are much more easier shortcuts to have. Yeah, so this is basically logo for the series, her second series, which was crashing. So I just went ahead and created it for us. Perfect. So this was much easier to do as I had a shape here. So what it makes it, we can make it much more easier in our text. So what I can do is I make the text an object. So I go make it an object by doing expansion. So it basically removes the embedded uh, text format for my object and give it, now this just becomes a basic shape. Uh, Similarly, this is a stroke. So what I do is again, I expand. So I get a shape. So I make it a shape because it becomes much more easier for me to mask it out. Okay. So what I do is I bring it over and Control 7. So I get the effect of ripping the paper out. So this was quite fast, and we can add many more different effects to it to make it more real. So I just added a tilt so it looks much more natural, and I just added it. So it still stands out. So what we can do is add multiple layers to make it more real. So it depends on your designing style again. The second thing which we did was adding flea. So the Fleabag logo, if you see, is quite peculiar. So that this was a simpler thing, which was just basically crashing, and we had the correct font, which was Rubik. But this is quite difficult to get. As you can see, it has multiple. It's sort of uh, defective font, which we can see, because it does not have any clear. I wanted the same thing, and there isn't a font available. So what I did was, uh, this is, I'll just get the image, Fleabag poster. Guess this one will, here it is. What I do is I get the image. So now I want the exact thing. So one interesting tool Illustrator has is image trace. So here we have multiple options, high fidelity, 3 color. So it basically converts the image into 3 prominent colors. In this case, it will be, yeah, so these were the 3 prominent colors, but we don't want this. So what I do is basically make it 16 colors if it works. Let's see, because what we want is basically just the Fleabag. Yeah, I think it works. So what we do again is expand. So I should have done, so I should have actually cropped it before, but now that's fine. So now I get it as different objects grouped into one. So I just ungroup it, and now I have the Fleabag logo. So I select each thing. I group it together. So I get the exact logo which I have. So currently the color is a bit off because this image taken was a different one. So this is how we get our any color, any shape which we want from a given image. So so what we did with Twitter was basically draw over it, but sometimes they are a bit more complex. So that's why what we do is basically simply image trace it. So I just tilt it. Again, now this is basically again stacking. So what I do is I stack it, send it behind. And I try and fit it. And I still need some room for my name. So what I did here was again writing her name. So this I believe was basically just Monstrata. Strip black. Yeah. So now here I have the opportunity to show you one more thing. So what we do here is now we can see that the gap between my name is pretty low. So what I can do is I can basically make 3 different texts and then choose it and move it around as I want. But Illustrator does it much more simpler for me. So what I get here is the distance between my 2 lines. So I just reduce it. So I get much more condensed image, and I make it center aligned. So now I have center. I guess this is much more thicker. Yeah. So now if I want to recreate this exact thing, but I can't uh, particularly judge what my size is. So, and also this is an image, so I can't get my font size from here. So what I do is I take a line, I draw it, and I do Control 5, which is, so now this basically becomes a guide for me. So what guide does is basically give, you can make your uh, s- uh, own restrictions within which you fit your object. So now you get the perfect size which you want. So guides are basically used for that. Uh, this is again text, so this can be added. So again, Monstrata. This is, I believe, thin or light. Again, we can always, it's better to align so that we can aligned artwork is much more soothing to the eye. So I expand. So what expansion does for me is basically now it won't change my distances between it. As you can see, it will still keep the same ratio. Whereas if I increase this one, my P and H with respect to W can change. In this case, it does not actually. But if I give it a stroke, the stroke will actually change for me. So this stroke is much more thinner than if I have here. So usually you change every text to to an object. Fit it. In right click for the short. And last thing, so these are minor details which we can add. So this one is basically just text. So other color saturation and those different things can be still changed to achieve the this one. Basically, the structure is created. So that is basically recreation of the poster.
That was a wonderful explanation, I must say. We actually loved your poster. It's pretty beautiful, and yeah, actually, I personally I did like how you actually created it. And thank you so much for actually explaining and taking your time off for explaining us how Illustrator works and how to recreate your your poster.
Thank you so much. So thank you so much for having me. This was a great experience.
Yep, great. Stay tuned as we are going to discuss how to create logos in Illustrator.